Now on 5 Star, we've got all the latest from entertainment news on 5.
This is entertainment news on 5. Today, Toy Story's Tom Hanks dishes out advice for technophobes.
Put it down. Turn it off. Do something else.
James Norton chomps his way into House of the Dragon.
Little by little. Bite by bite.
And Tiptoe's Russell T Davies puts his cards on the table.
This is where we are. This is how far it's going to go. Come and watch.
But first, they had the outfits, but only he had the power. Nicholas Galatzine's Masters of the Universe movies premiered in London. But how hard was it to buff up beyond all recognition?
Unlike He-Man, I don't get to just raise a sword and transform, and really, for a long period of time, you don't feel like the character. You kind of feel a bit like a fraud, and then, you start the cutting process and all of the sort of, the muscles kind of come into definition, and really, it wasn't until I went on set for the first time as He-Man, and we all had a very sort of emotional moment, and that kind of solidified it for me.
This guy knew a thing or two about getting in shape. Remember George of the Jungle? Fast forward a couple of decades, Brendan Fraser's premiered Pressure in New York, another World War II movie to help remind us all to calm down.
This film, which is about speaking truth to power, standing your ground, although it may be an unpopular opinion, is a model for us. In a world so divided, let's see this film and ask ourselves, do we need to do this again?
Speaking of doing things again, how many rom-coms has J-Lo made now? Not enough, if you ask Brett Goldstein. He wrote Office Romance for her especially, which is suspicious to me, considering he's in it with her, but I'm sure he had his reasons.
She's the best rom-com actor, so there was that. In her previous rom-coms, she's always very low status and aspirational and trying to achieve something, but it was like we wanted to make something a bit more grown up, where she's the CEO. Her life is, she's achieved a lot, she's done great, but there is something missing.
It did give me license to be like, I know this, I actually know what this is, I understand who this person is, and it actually made it a really pleasant collaboration.
I bet he enjoyed it too. Next, pack away your iPads, the toys are back in town. Toy Story 5's premiered in London with Tom Hanks and Tim Allen teaming up again. This time Woody and Buzz have technology to contend with, but turns out the solution's pretty simple.
Here's how we can all protect ourselves from tech. Are you ready for this? Put it down. Turn it off. Do something else. Call the neighbors and say, do you want to get together? It's actually incredibly simple, and yet why is it so hard to do?
One man who loves a bit of high-tech is cinema's greatest sensei, Steven Spielberg. He's gearing up for the release of star-studded alien sci-fi Disclosure Day with one more trailer. At least it's meant to be a trailer. There's so much of him in it, it's more like a DVD extra.
I am much more inclined now than I was when I made Close Encounters to really believe that we're not the only intelligent civilization in the universe.
What did you steal?
Secrets. People have a right to know the truth.
What happened to us?
I used to say to myself, wouldn't it be wonderful if all of this turned out to be true? I'm now thinking, wouldn't it be wonderful for people to know they're good? All of this is true.
Finally, Oscar Isaac's feeling poetic in new time-bending Netflix film In the Hand of Dante. He plays both a writer and a poet roughly 700 years apart. As drama unfolds, once a great text is unearthed. I mean text in the traditional sense. I don't think they had SMS.
Behold, a deity stronger than I who coming shall rule over me.
What? How would you like to look at the original manuscript?
It doesn't exist.
If it did exist,
I mean, it'd be the greatest literary treasure of all time.
You can't tell nobody about these things.
Whoops, I think I just did. And now, the House of the Dragon's back, and as houses go, it's still an absolute mess. Emma Darcy may have taken the Iron Throne in the last series, but it looks like she'll have a tricky time keeping it in this one.
Little by little. Bite by bite. We are exposing her as weak and unsuited to rule. We've come so far.
My enemies have been allowed to muster their strength.
she'll certainly fail. And we raise our own throne.
They could always make their own in Minecraft. That's what the kids are doing these days. And not just the kids. Jack Black and Jason Momoa have already made a successful movie out of it. And they're on the way back for a Minecraft movie squared.
We're so excited to be back here in beautiful New Zealand shooting the sequel to a Minecraft movie.
While everything here is mostly top secret, we do want to give you a little glimpse of what we're up to.
As well as introduce you to one of the newest additions to our Minecraft family.
Now, I've been told I'm not allowed to tell you exactly who I'm playing in this new film, but...
It's costume.
Yeah, that's not turquoise. Steve would not be wearing that.
Would he wear a jaunty beret, perhaps? That's become the accessory of choice for John Travolta's directing era. He's premiered his new film Propeller One-Way Night Coach in LA, a project he calls his creative legacy.
If I did nothing else, this would be the foundation of my life and how my dreams were formed and why they were formed and my observation as a child of the people that resonated with me. And it really is all that.
The guy must have really liked planes. Still to come, Sam Worthington's on the hunt while Nicholas Hoult robs a bank. But first, to Tiptoe, Russell T Davies's dark new Channel 4 drama. The series finds BAFTA host Alan Cumming in a dangerous dispute with David Morrissey. And if you hope there's a happy ending, well, the very first scene will dispel you of that.
For some reason, I convinced myself that this might have been a bit more of a knockabout, odd couple.
Oh, did you?
Deck the halls, sort of like people are on the opposite ends of the spectrum and they kind of find their way
Cruise
together.
territory
And
kind of
immediately
thing.
it's like, nope, we're not there.
No, that's partly why it's got the opening it's got, because this bit with Alan in the cast, you might think this is the new Booze Cruise. Let's go and have a laugh. Let's chat. And actually, the opening makes absolutely clear you're going to sail into some tough territory here. It is a laugh. There's some good stuff in it. There's some really lively characters in it and some funny stuff, but the subject is tough. And I think you've got to be honest with an audience and say, this is where we are. This is how far it's going to go. Come and watch.
These guys might want to try tiptoeing themselves if the new trailer for The End of Oak Street's anything to go by. Ewan McGregor and Anne Hathaway play some parents scrapping for survival as their suburbs suddenly becomes altogether less safe.
Grab anything you can use as a weapon. What are we gonna do?
We're gonna survive. God's not gonna let us die here.
Greg, you only go to church at Christmas and now you're telling the kids God's looking out for us? What about the people who are out there getting eaten?
You can't write dialogue like that. Well, you can, and if you do it well, you might win a Peabody Award. The annual ceremony celebrating storytelling's taken place in California, where the studio's Ike Barinholtz teased Madonna's involvement in season 2.
They wanted to go bigger and better in season 2, and she's just hilarious and funny and very cool and weird and dirty, and really enjoyed my time with her. And maybe I could, get a spot on her next album and do a little duet or something.
Considering not as many people listen to her albums anymore, I don't think that's an unreasonable request. Now, while we're all dressed up for an award ceremony, we might as well hit this one up on the East Coast too. The TV Gothams have just been dished out in New York, with Wombattle's Chase Infinity among the winners, thanks to Handmaid's Tale spin-off The Testaments.
I feel so grateful because I think that one of my favorite parts about the show is the newer generation perspective in Gilead, and I feel very fortunate that it's also connected with the newer generation and a newer audience. So it's just been the greatest gift to see people discover the world.
No doubt hoping to pique some interest for next year's, crime connoisseur Harlan Coben's back with another show on Netflix. Starring Sam Worthington and Severance's Britt Lauer, I Will Find You finds a man falsely accused.
My name is David Burrows. I'm currently serving a life sentence for killing my little boy. The thing is, I didn't do it.
I need to show you something. I think Matthew's alive.
If Matthew's out there, I'm gonna find him and bring him home.
Looks like a different kid to me. Finally, remember when Nicholas Hoult went blonde for a role and people went into meltdown? Well, here it is. How to Rob a Bank is on the way, where he's stealing from the rich and giving to the internet.
Let me break some numbers down for you. Odds of owning your home, 4 out of 10. Odds of earning a 6-figure salary, 2 out of 10. But the success rate of armed robberies is 9 out of 10. Welcome to our channel, How to Rob a Bank.
Get out of the car! Is this How to Rob a Bank? Yeah. Yo, I love your show! Thanks for watching!
I love Deal or No Deal, but I'm not going to let Noel Edmonds drive off with me car. Goodbye.
ever feel